What it do, baby boo? It's your boy King here. We're about to do a rundown of Doinb, the former world mid lane champion. Doinb. He's playing in preseason 11. He's playing Diana, and he's trying out the new Diana build with Proto Belt. A lot of Dianas were going Night Harvester. That was a really, really popular build, so he's deciding to switch it up because we know our man Doinb out here. Like, so my name's King. Feel free to drop a follow, drop a like, drop a subscription, whatever you gotta do. I stream Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, occasionally Saturday. That's at twitch.tv/call_me_king. That's twitch.tv/call_me_king. Let's not hesitate. Let's get right into it. We got our man Doinb. I think I have the music going, so I'm gonna pause that. Alright, so it's Doinb on Diana. It's taking Phase Rush, Mana Flow Band, Transcendence, Gathering Storm, Presence of Mind, Legend Tenacity. Transcendence got a buff. It's really, really good. You get cooldown after like level 11 based off of champions that you hit and stuff like that. Auto attack or use your abilities on, I mean. Presence of Mind. I can't remember how it works when it comes to the mana refresh exactly. And then Tenacity is just because Diana is a go-in champ, so if she's going in, you're gonna want her to be able to, you know, she's gonna eat a lot of CC, so she needs to reduce that. Doinb in the mid starts with the Doran's Ring. Nothing crazy, nothing like Cull or anything like that. Versus a Nico. I've been seeing this AD on hit Nico build. I believe the Shy played it, which is really, really interesting. And like I said, preseason 11, season 11 looks like it's going to be a very interesting season when it comes to gameplay. I might do I think the way the season's shaping up. Oh, it's Jin. Oh no, it's not Jin. I'm an idiot. I was baited, and then I brought it back right before she transformed. So I caught myself. It happens every time. I was like, oh wow, it's Jin mid. And then I looked down and I was like, oh yeah, I just said it was Nico, and we were talking about the Nico build. But anyway, they're just CSing right now, just kind of trying to land your Qs and harass and not take harass. If it's a melee matchup, I know generally I'll either start Q if I think I can get a lot of harass off, or W if I think we're gonna be like tussling. This Nico's playing really aggressively. Landing the Q, landing the auto attack, misses the Q, runs in. Still doesn't have the CC. Grant gets the electrocute on Doinb. Popping a pot, so has a potion going. Potions are most beneficial in the early game because since they give one flat amount when you have less HP, they're more, and people do less damage, they're a lot more beneficial. I mean, really just going for the, I wasn't sure whether he was going for the auto flash ignite and then get out of dodge. But Doinb's recalling has to teleport. So you take the teleport for situations like that. You don't want to always be in a position where if you die or if you get pressured. Like now, Nico has burned their flash. So Nico's flashless, the ignite is still up, so still has a combat summoner. But if she overextends and Rek'Sai comes back, that's a free lane. And meanwhile, now that everything's gone back to even, Doinb is actually ahead in CS by 2. So the time that he recalled and came back, he didn't end up losing too much as far as his CS count. Backs again, pushes the wave in the tower. This is like a weird cheater recall, but gets the, oh, he's getting the, what's the thing that comes with a Dark Seal? It's like, what's the thing that comes before Magi's? It's picking up the Dark Seal. So Dark Seal is better now for champions that aren't just strictly AP and mana, because before I believe it used to give mana, so champions like Katarina and Vladimir weren't really big fans of it, but now it only gives health and AP. And I believe it's more cost efficient, whereas before its cost efficiency was over 7 stacks, and now I believe it's anything over 5 stacks. She jumps in with the E, just a little trade damage, absorbs the return damage with W, which is one of the nice things about Diana. If you're taking too much poke, you can actually just add another point in the W. He's going to clear it with his Q. Nice. Gets all 3 of those, and he's going to turn. Those are just rough Qs for Nico. So what Nico wants to happen is when she pops her Q on low minions like that, she needs them to die, so then it does that ripple effect. Without that ripple effect, it actually stunts her wave clear. Alright, so she jumps in. We know which one's the real one because it's auto-attacking. Gets the kill on Rek'Sai. Now it's a 3v1. Doinb flashes out. Alistair's hiding in the brush. Headbutt Pulverize. I don't know if Doinb's going to be able to pull it off just because. And Leona secures the kill onto Doinb. And that is a pretty rough start. So that's 3 for none. And now it's a 5-0 start. It's pretty devastating, actually. But Leona got 2 of those kills, so it might not be the worst thing in the world that Leona ended up getting those 2 of those kills. Ornn is having a rough time with Jace in the top lane. But Ornn is a super tank who will scale into oblivion, and eventually we'll end up seeing how that plays out. It's one of those things that if you're just patient and calm and don't overfeed, because Ornn is still even in CS, so. And again, Doinb's ahead. But when this wave crashes, if Nico's there to catch it, Doinb's going to be pretty even. But Nico's not there, so. He's creeping up. I think they're going to try and do a dive onto the Jace since he's getting snowballing ahead a little bit. He lands the knockup, both of them double knockup, and Rek'Sai gets the kill. Very nice. That was very clean. Level 6 for both of them. Sitting on the Amplifying Tome. As Kha'Zix catches, is Doinb going to finish the recall, or is he... Oh, no, does not finish the recall. There's the ult from Ornn. Ornn lands the... I forget what his ult is called. I want to call it like the Devastating Charge. Nico, and Pop Blossom on Rek'Sai, but that's nowhere near enough, and Doinb's probably going to land the Q, walk out. Hey. Oh, it's like Call of the Forge God or something like that. Because he calls in the Ram. Call of the Forge God? I don't know, can't remember. Something like that. And just like that, he's extending that lead. He's a tower shot, but no biggie. He's probably just trying to push this in and back. Because he was trying to back up top, but they're able to get those handful of kills. So now instead of 5-0, it's 7-3. Doinb with 62 CS. The 1-on-1 score. I think he picks up the... Okay, yeah, he is going Proto Belt. We were discussing about that. It's a Proto Belt Diana build. I can't remember. Wait, but then he sells the Omnivamp portion of it. I really don't. I need to learn the name of some of these new items. But I have what I call old league brain, where my brain is like, oh, I know all the old items. And now I'm just like, yeah, but I don't know any of these new items. Auto, nice. Let's say E. No, he just hits them both with the Q. We see Rek'Sai. He gets taken out by Kha'Zix. And... Leona, so that's a full goon squad. So he can't play much further forward than he is right now. But this Nico is not... It's interesting. Nico should have just like, oh, well, this could be an all-in. So he hits the ulti, Pop Blossom. Misses the Pop Blossom. Ult's back, or E's back in. Ignite going. Leona misses her E. Alistair's here now. Very close 1v1. Doinb isn't able to secure the kill. But again, he's running teleport, not a combat summoner. So anytime that he actually is able to favorably trade and either push the person to recall or force them to lose CS. I believe this is on the super server. So I know everybody calls it the Chinese super server. There's only one super server. So why call it the Chinese super server? Because there's only one super server. You know what I mean? It'd be like if you had a friend named Mike, but you only had one friend named Mike and you always just called him Tall Mike or something. Like, why would you call him Tall Mike? He's the only Mike you know. You feel me? So, let's see. So he's gonna do his recall. He did not complete the item, or he undid the item buy and bought the boots, which I thought was really cool. I don't know exactly. Maybe it was so he could dodge skill shots, because this Nico was lighting him up with those skill shots, like absolutely wrecking him. Actually, Nico. See, Nico gets the. So basically, whenever he dashes in, he uses his shield at the same time. The handful of times that he's used his E, he's like done his E and his W at the exact time, same time. So it pops so far, at least the ones that I've noticed. See, like he just did it there. It pops the orbs. You pop all 3 orbs, you get an even bigger shield. So it protects you from damage, and then if you take damage, or if you at least are in contact with enemies. Oh, you found the pink ward from the enemy team. That was when they killed Rek'Sai. So he must be in a weird back timing, because he has the boots, but Nico isn't letting him. This will be the one, because he got the wave clear. He wants to push, so that way he can see Nico. But in high elo, you have to follow up on these fights. You have to follow up with your team. You have to follow up with your jungler. If you're not following these things up, oh, jumps in, gets the ulti, takes one out. Kha'Zix. Okay, Lucian gets the kill. Ooh, Ali. Wait, no, Ali's on the enemy team? No, Ali's on their team. So Jin is walking. I think he's going to clap Jin. And no one knows where the Kha'Zix is, because that's really the play they need to make. He's the one with the shutdown. Kha'Zix is sitting on 300 shutdown gold. So if they had found him, that would have been beneficial to their play, but it is what it is. Alright, let's see. Coming in after him, but he's gonna hopefully recall finally. He's been trying to base. He's getting a decent lead. And he's finally going to finish his recall. Fingers and toes crossed that he gets this recall. He finishes it. He gets the one-shots the proto belt or the rocket belt. He has 6 stacks on his Durans, or on his Dark Seal. Alright. He's roaming top. Oranges killed Jace under tower. They're doing good things. Oh, maybe Jace suicided for the tower. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. He's gonna try and push again. That time he didn't shield, but I think that's because he wasn't worried about being attacked. There's Nico, she's returned. Jumps in on the Nico immediately. Does the ulti, jumps out of the pop. This is just not good for Nico. Is he running phase rush or something? Like, what is going? Yes, he is running phase rush. Okay, so I only asked, I wasn't paying attention to what he was running before. So when he does his like QE dash in, or the dash in with the shield and stuff, the reason he's able to get out of Nico's Pop Blossom, which is her ultimate, is because he's getting the movement speed from phase rush. Now, if the phase rush movement speed was not active, I'm not. Oh, he jumps in with the proto belt. He jumps in on her again. Oh, and clean. Let's clean 1v1. Very clean solo kill. Plates just fell. The proto belt, the rocket belt, I'm gonna probably just call it proto belt for until I get used to it. Rocket belt now gives you movement speed after you utilize it. So you turn it on, you can use it to gap close and then use the movement speed to make up the difference. I think that's what he did there. Put him in range. Now, you might be asking why is he dropping that ward in the middle of the lane? That's kind of a waste. In high elo, you drop that. So let's say the wave pushes back and the enemy laner clears the wave, you can see whether they roam up or down, up to your top lane or down to your bot lane. Since Nico hasn't come back, he's just gonna finish the tower and go in on Nico again. So he wasn't able to get out that time, but with the Ornn damage plus the follow up on her E, she's able to kill Nico. So now Doinb has 4 kills, 1 death, 2 assists, and is handsomely ahead of Nico, the Nico player. Still in Dream. I don't know who Still in Dream is. For this being on the super server, like, one side has predominantly Asian characters. I'm going to... No, I'm not going to try and figure out which characters they are. The bottom name looks Korean. I will say that. But I don't know whether that's because the client that this was recorded from is in Korean. So, because that might be why. So I know I'm pretty sure the announcer and stuff are Korean. But, oh, goes in, knows it. I wonder if... here's a question. When Diana hits her ultimate on Nico and Nico's running away duplicate thing, does that count as multiple characters, multiple people? Because Diana's ult does, I think, more damage the more people she gets in that first part. So if Nico's running with her, secondary thing, and it's counting her secondary thing as another player, that could just be, she could be doing more harm than good to herself. So I'm assuming this Rek'Sai pick must be getting really, really popular over in the East, because we recently watched a Karsa game where Karsa basically 1v9 the entire game. He was like 10-1 or 10-2 and something, just demolished the game on Rek'Sai. This Rek'Sai went Stride Breaker though. Karsa went Prowler Claw. I don't even know this other new item. I honest to God, I've seen it. I've seen it. It looks like some weird hand shackle thing. I don't know the name of it. But Doinb builds that second, so I can only assume that it's going to be beneficial to his build. Now I feel terrible. I'm gonna have to look it up. Let's see. Diana. Is this just a Doinb thing, or is this like a new meta thing? Let's see. Horizon Focus. Hyper Shot. Damaging a champion with a non-targeted ability at over 750 range, or immobilizing them reveals them for an increase, and increases their damage taken from you by 10% for 6 seconds. That's kind of busted. So that's... What's her... So if you can hit them from far away, or if you can immobilize them with her ultimate. So it's basically like a mini... A lot of people don't realize they basically brought back Deathfire Grass in AP and AD, just not as high value, because the AP one would be this, where if you have a immobilizing ability, you get amplified damage for a short period of time. And then the Prowler Claw does the same thing, where if you utilize the active, you get a burst of additional bonus damage or additional increased damage taken for a short amount of time. The ability that triggers Hyper Shot is also benefits from the damage increase. Really? That's broken. So when she ults in, that gets amplified. So that knocked back. But she's gonna eat it again. She's going for an eat. And like I said, Orange just gets way too tanky. He just hung out there for a while. Jin throws his W back when we ball there. Oh, Kha'Zix is going in. Kha'Zix gets the shutdown. The full shutdown. Kha'Zix wants to win, but gets clapped by Rek'Sai, and they're able to get the ooh, auto attack. That's rough. He lands the Q on the burrowed Q and backs off. So they got it to hit the next two towers, which is I think what they're trying to do. Drops a ward, watching Rek'Sai, he's just scouting around, finds another ward. Gonna take it out. Probably over the wall. He'll have to wait because he can't start Dragon because it's the three of them. He has to wait for everybody to get down there. But again, this is the nice part about high elo. People actually show up to dragons and show up to the call. So this should work out for them. That's the hope. Okay. He's gonna clear wave so it doesn't take too much on the tower, but since he's Diana, it only takes him like 1 second. Oh, but now he's greeting. I was gonna say, now he's greeting. There's definitely a fight going on. He's like, yeah, maybe I can get blue buff. See, he pops in, then he lands one. If he'd gone further in, he would have landed like a multi-person. I think he, not saying that I'm better than the former world champion mid laner, but I think if he jumps to, might have been Jace that was up in the brush, or Jin. If he doesn't focus on Nico and he just jumps to whoever's further back, he can actually hit 3 people. Is this gonna be a Baron? Now I'm watching this, I'm like, are they gonna lose this game? If they lose this game, then I'm gonna be like, see, and that's why you build Night Harvester. No more. What's the name of that item? No more Protobelt. I haven't watched this one yet, so I don't know the answers, Doc. I ain't got the answers. I just realized that this wasn't at 1.5 times speed. This whole time. You know what? We're just gonna ride it out. It should have been at 1.5 times speed, but didn't have my thinking cap on. So now he's going back for the thing that he should have went for, or he shouldn't have tried to go for the first time. But I'm surprised. Well, I mean, they did just beeline from Drake to Baron, which is normally a good call if you win a late enough dragon fight. Blast implant. Goes in, grabs 2 of them. Zanya's. Ornn is able to land it. Dodges the root from Jin. She comes back in. She has. Oh, there's a Kha'Zix. I didn't see the Kha'Zix. Goes in. Jumps. There's the play. Kha'Zix gets the kill. Is this going to be a loss? Now I'm really thinking this is going to be a loss. I mean, there's a 10-3 Kha'Zix. I mean, unless they throw a team fight, this is not looking good for them. Alistair's having a rough game. Top lane is getting straight abused. Rek'Sai has a very interesting build with the Stride Breaker. Vision. That's one of the things that I'm not gonna lie. When I play on like a Smurf, like a really low MMR account, I'll get sweepers and it's pointless. I'll get sweepers, I'll be sweeping, there'll be no wards. By the end of the game, I'll look like everybody but the support has placed like 3 wards and support has placed like 10. It's like, maybe I really didn't need a sweeper, I just needed to place more wards myself on my team. Okay, we go in. They immediately pop chase. That's a ton of damage. Alright. Did you build Nashers or something? No, has the Zanyas. It's just the passive. I guess the passive speed really just scales well. They get Cossacks as well. That's amazing. Those guys they're pinging for Doinb to join them. It's probably choosing, do I go back over there or do I just like push this bot lane? If it's me, I push the bot lane. Why? Oh, he TP'd. Must have seen an opportunity. I mean, they didn't need him to finish that. I feel like that was a waste of a teleport, but you know, you do what you think. And again, they kind of all play with that same, if you don't join the fight, if you don't come to the fight when the fight happens and they lose the fight, it's not that they chose a bad fight, it's that you weren't there, so it guaranteed them a lost fight. Even if you win, then it's like, or if you lose but you show up but you lose, then it's like at least you were there. We all lost and we lost as a team. It's like this really, really trippy way of looking at the game, but that's kind of like, I was watching Perk's stream and he was explaining it. Oh wait, come on, they can get him. They got him. And he was explaining about how, especially on the super server, if you didn't show up to the ganks, it's basically like the jungler told everybody what to do. You follow the jungler. Jungler says go up, you go up. Jungler says we're fighting over the scuttle crab, you fight over the scuttle crab. All right. So they get the dragon. That's their third. So they're 1-1 for Mountain Drakes. So this is soul point for Doinb's team. Literally, what, 3 minutes a game? I was worried that this was a lost game. Huh. Oh. He's gonna have to turn it. Okay, he's actually able to jump on to what's his name finally. Gets the kill onto Jin. One of the perks of being an assassin, Orin TP's in. They get the knock up on old girl. Doinb can turn around. So it's 2 assassins trying to outplay one another. One with invincibility and one waiting the cooldowns out for the shield while he's still trying to push. This is that like focus. This is that dedication. He knows that he just needs to keep on pushing. Everybody on their team is dead. He needs to get the wave there. He's able to get the inhibitor tower. I'm assuming he's gonna get the inhib. Kazakhs got chased all the way into their jungle. And then, doesn't finish the recall. Gets headbutted. I wish I could move the camera, like, with my mouse. So I'd love to see what's going on with that Kazakhs and Alistair. Because Kazakhs is, like, healing off of the Alistair, but the Alistair is too tanky to die. Alright, so it looks like they're going to make for a fight or a contest before Baron. They want to make a pick. They're chasing the Kazakhs and they want to kill the Kazakhs, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. But they do have priority. If they just bait, stall, and don't even take it, then the middle and the bottom waves will. Okay, so there's the headbutt in, Top Blossom, Zanya's, Jace jumps in, gets taken out. Oh, grabs the Kazakhs. Oh, that's game. That's great game. That's perfect. That was amazing. That was a great way to finish that one out. His ultimate caught the Kazakhs as he was leaping out and pulled him back in. He's just on the edge of it, which is crazy. and without making, and this is actually the best part about high elo games. Like, they saw their opportunity, instead of saying, okay, now let's get the Baron and push out lanes, they just said, okay, this game is done. We killed them. Their death timers are 30 some seconds. Let's get the Baron and get out of here with that. That is a victory. If you guys enjoyed that commentary and that overview as to what he was doing, like I said, I do have to learn more of these items and some of the changes that they've made to them. But for the most part, I have a decent grasp and understanding on them. Just like that. Like I said, what was the hand one? The Horizon Focus. Horizon Focus, like I said, it's like a mini Deathfire's Grasp as long as you meet the requirements. So like super far range mages, like probably like a Zerath Vel'Koz will take advantage of this. But then like your battle mages that have hard CC, your Orianas, your Dianas, they could really utilize these as well. Not Set, Silas even. Silas has his E chain where if he does that, you got to think his W is going to definitely crush, and his E does a ton of damage as well. So if the ability that triggers Hypershot gains the increased damage, there are a handful of chances. This might be a sleeper item currently, and then you'll see in a couple weeks more people building it and more people and more sites saying, "Hey, this is OP." Now, do I think the Proto Belt was broken and or a good pick? I think Night Harvester does more damage, but for Doinb's playstyle of kind of running around, being mobile, really making a lot of picks, like catching people in transition, whether they're going from lane to lane or pathing to ward or whatever, I think it's really, really helpful. But overall, I think him thinking out this build where he had the mobility, he had the burst damage, he never turned his Dark Seal into a Magi's, which is interesting. But he was going like up and down when it came to kills sometimes, so it's ended up going 11, 4, and 7. But all in all, I think it was very interesting to watch the playstyle. It was great to see a team that looked like they were going to lose at multiple points and multiple times in the game actually eke it out and win. One of the things that I'm noticing now is Doinb almost had 300 CS. That's so much more farm than everyone in the entire game. The next closest person to him is the enemy Jhin with 221. So just by sheer farming and getting that much more ahead of the Nico, I think Doinb kind of proved that farming is definitely key, because he was able to stay ahead in items. Like, they both built Proto Belt, they both have Azanias, and that's where it ends when it comes to similarities. Doinb has Doinb also has like 6 more kills, but Nico had 17 assists, so it's not like she didn't have any gold or it wasn't sitting on a ton of money. 17 assists is still a lot. But that sheer almost 100 CS difference. So if like 25-ish CS is worth a kill, you can just think of that as an additional 4 kills. So you can look at Doinb as like 15, 4, and 7 with like 700 gold shutdown or 1,000 gold shutdown. So I mean, that just goes to show just how valuable farming is and how valuable CSing is. So with that being said, if you enjoyed the review, feel free to drop a follow, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. That should be down below. My name's King. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, feel free to drop in. I stream Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, occasionally on Saturday. And that's at twitch.tv/call_me_king. And it's twitch.tv/call_me king. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Peace.